Okay, let me quickly check what is it that we're going to be doing in today's lesson. Let's see. Okay. Also, let me try to share these to the Telegram classroom so that um, everyone is able to access today's lesson. So just be waiting for someone to join in, and from there we are on. Let me do that. Just trying to make some adjustments there, and then very soon we're going to be starting with our lesson for today. So I noticed there's someone who has joined. Okay, whoever has joined, can you just comment there on the live charts, just so that I'm aware if you are one of the learners who attend the classes on Telegram. So let's see, let me just copy that link. I want to share it to the classroom in Telegram just so that everyone is aware that the lesson is. Someone has joined. Can you maybe comment there on the live chat to make me aware if you are one of the learners who attends on Telegram? You can just mention your Telegram name if you have one. Otherwise, if not, then what you can do is just to indicate that you are attending trial lessons. Let me do that this way. Okay, so I'm pretty much sure that you did get this question paper, and this is what we're going to be looking at in today's lesson. Question number 2, it's exactly what we're going to be looking at. So very quickly, before we start with our lesson for today, can you just indicate if all is clear? So what I mean by that, in case if you are able to clearly hear me when I speak, and again, if you can clearly see over there. I just need a response on that one. In that way, I will be able to confidently continue, knowingly that everyone is able to hear me when I speak. So this is a question number 2. Tandazile Matabela, I'm attending trial lessons. Okay, noted, honorable member. Thanks for that comment. So let's see. This is what I'm going to do very quickly, to read through the given statement, and once that is done, what I'm going to do, it is to then do an interpretation of that diagram that you see over there. Okay, thanks for confirming that, Tandazile. Okay, so let's see. This is what we are having in the diagram below. This is the diagram that they are referring to. In the diagram below, P has got the coordinates of 1 and 2. There is P. Okay. And then they're saying Q has got the coordinates of 6 and 3. That is 6 and 3. And R, being that one, has got the coordinates of 9 and -2. Okay. They're saying these are the vertices of a triangle such that PQ, there is PQ, it's equals to QR. There's Q and then there's R. And PQ is perpendicular to QR. That is why we are seeing a 90-degree sign over there. Okay, so let's continue. T, there is T. They're saying it's a point on PQ. Yes, of course, T is a point on that line of PQ, such that T, being that same point there, is the midpoint of PQ. What that means is that this point, it lies in the middle of those 2 points. Okay, so S, where's, oh, there is S. S is the point of intersection of RQ and the x-axis. That I agree with. So that line at that point of X, that's where that line intersects with that horizontal line being the x-axis. Okay, now they're saying V is a point on the x-axis such that triangle Q, angle S, and also V, it's equals to 121 degrees. And then they say in triangle QPS, angle P, it's equals to theta. There is the angle. Okay, so I think very quickly, let me try and draw that diagram so that it's going to be easy for me to explain while referencing to that. So let's see, we are having x-axis there, we are having y-axis there. So let's see, now we have that triangle. Most importantly, it forms a 90-degree there. So this is what we are having there. So it forms a 90-degree angle there. This is our Q, having the coordinates of 6 and 3. Guys, please make sure that you open your eyes so that you notice in case if I'm making a mistake or missing something. This is 121 degrees, and it is that angle there. Remember, we have V there, and also we have that point of R having 9 and -2, and we also have that point called P, where X is 1 and then Y is 0. Most importantly, this is the origin being that point where the two axes intersect. A text from Matapelo saying it's not clear. Okay, how about now a Matapelo? Is it still the same, honorable member? We have that line that does that. So we'll just assume that this is a straight line. Let's see. Matapilu, how about now? Is it still the same or is it clear now? I think it's clear. I think it is clear. But I'll just wait to hear from you in the meantime as I continue. So what I like about this is that you still have an opportunity to replay the opposite that you are not are important information. So just to avoid that situation where someone asks something that has already been covered, what you get under one, they are simply saying determine the following. The first question is the length of PQ, and they say leave your answer in SAT form. This is what they want you to calculate, honorable members. The length of PQ, there is P and there is Q, and they say leave your answer in SAT form. So I'm just going to give you guys a moment to work it out. Whatever answer that you get, you just comment with that particular answer. In that way, I will be aware that you did get the question and you are working on it. Matapelo, as you answer that question, also comment if now everything is clear, honorable member. So I'll just be waiting for you guys to calculate that and provide an answer. So whoever who gives an answer to that question, I will also work it out to check if we arrive at the same conclusion. So just to give you a tip, honorable members, when it comes to the length, remember, keep on working it out. So can you please send the exercise on Telegram? Oh yes, that's it. Let me see if I can try something. Let me see if I can try something. I've just sent it, honorable member. I'm not sure if you can be able to access it, but I'll just be waiting in the meantime. I hope someone got the question and they're busy working on it. So let's see. The length of PQ, and they say leave your answer in set form. So what are you guys getting on your side? I'm pretty much sure that you guys are busy working that out. So this is the question, just in case if you are not able to see there. So what are you guys getting on your side? So remember, guys, when you give your answer, comment here on the live chat, because while I'm still on this live, I'm able to see your comments. So in case if you comment in Telegram, I won't be able to read that. So just comment it here. I noticed, I think it was Baba Lo who commented, I'm available, which is an indication that you are live. So I know Matapelo is in this lesson. Tandazile is there, I'm assuming. Also, Baba Lo is there. Okay, work it out. Let me work it out. So remember, guys, when it comes to maths, length or distance, one and the same thing, meaning we are going to use that same formula which says x2 you minus x1 equals u squared plus y2 you minus y1 equals u squared. Remember, you will definitely need 2 points. And what are those 2 points? Remember, it is the distance of PQ that you are looking for, or the length of PQ. So you can say at 6, then you minus your x1 being 1, and then your y2 is 3 minus 0 equals squared. Then you punch all of that on your calculator. The answer that you get, it is the answer to that question. What matters the most is that it has to be in SAT form, which means it has to have a square root. I don't have calculator close to me, next to me, so I'll need to go and fetch it. So just give me a minute to go get my calculator. Otherwise, if you've calculated it, what is the answer there? What is the answer for that one? Okay, so let's see. Let's see if someone has commented with the answer. No comment. Okay, then I'll just punch it. Square root of 6 minus 1 close squared plus into 3 minus 0 squared. That is equals to square root of 34. I'm not sure if you guys are getting that same answer, but this is what I'm getting as an answer to this question. So that would mean actually the distance or the length from P to Q is equals to square root of 34. I might be wrong. I am also relying on you guys to make sure that you perform that same calculation on your side, just so that I'm not getting the wrong answers. So let's see. Now they say, the next question says, determine the gradient of PQ. Okay, we're still working with the same points. The gradient of PQ. So let's see. 2.2, no, 2.1.1. 2.1.2, I meant to say. So the gradient, we know that the gradient formula m is equals to, then we are having a change in y over change in x, which is equals to, what is a y2? You can say your y2, maybe let me write it that way, x2 minus x1, and then y2 is 3, you minus y1 being that 0 over x2 is your 6, you minus your x1 being 1, and that is equals to, you punch all of that on your calculator, I think you end up having 3 over 5. Yes. Okay, Lichumile Chusta has confirmed that the answer is correct. Okay, can you also confirm that one, honorable member? Are you also getting the same answer when you work out that one? I think so. I think so. So remember, honorable members, this one, it is not a one-man show. All of us, we are involved in this one. So just make sure that you work it out on your side also, and you comment with the answer that you get. What I've realized is that if we do the usual way, it's in most cases where I'm tempted to just give you guys the answers without encouraging you to work it out. So in this way, you are able to then try work it out on your side, and in case if you missed something, it's best because you are able to replay what you have missed. In case if you've joined a bit later or late, you are able to then start from the beginning. What? From the beginning, yes. So let's see. The third question being 2.1.3. Maybe let me add on to that and say the gradient for that one is 3 over 5. So just make sure that you don't lose your workings. Whatever that you calculate, make sure that you keep record of that just in case if you might need it on your next question. So let's see. Now we are having 2.1.3, and the question there says the coordinates of S, the coordinates of S, where is S? Remember, this is where X is. And that question is allocated how many marks? No. Yeah, I was very far. No. Not the coordinates of S, but the coordinates of T. Yes, the coordinates of T. Where is T? Did I include? You see, now I forgot to write T there. So this is what they want you to calculate. Is there anyone who can comment? How can we approach that question where we need to determine the coordinates of T? Anyone who can comment on that? How can we calculate the coordinates of T? You can, in the meantime, try to work it out on your side. Myself, I'll just be showing my popcorns in the meantime while waiting for you guys to let me know how do we answer that question. Or what answer are you getting as the coordinates of T? Okay, remember, T is the middle point of PQ. So we are actually trying to calculate the middle point, the midpoint of PQ. This is where now you take the first x value of P, you plus it with the x value of Q, you divide that by 2, and you take the y value of P, you plus it with the y value, you divide that by 2. That is the first step in us trying to calculate the coordinates of T. So the x value of P is 1, you plus it with 6, you divide that by 2, and then we have y of 0, you plus it by 3, you divide it by 2. So the midpoint of PQ, it ends up being that plus that is 7 over 2, that plus that is 3 over 2. So that actually means T, 7 over 2 and 3 over 2. These are the coordinates of T. Did you guys get the same coordinates, or did you get something different from what I got? Because what did you guys get that side? Did we get the same value? I think it is the same value that we got, honorable members. I am suspecting that it is the same value that we got. Okay, while I'm waiting for someone to indicate if you guys got a different answer. So now, let's see. Let's move on to the next question, being 2.2. So for 2.2, they say calculate the following. Two point 2.1, they want you to calculate the area of triangle Q T and R. They want you to calculate that area of triangle PTR, and they'll give you 3 marks for you to calculate that area. I am now curious in terms of how can we calculate that. Okay, reference has just confirmed that we got the same answer. Okay, 100%. So now, how can we work out the area of triangle PTR? I'm going to give you guys a hint. If you guys remember, on that statement, sometimes when you work out something and you get to a point where it feels like you are lost, this is what you can try to do, or this is what you can do. Go back to the given statement. You can read there where it says PQ, being that one, is equals to QR. Where's Q? Where's R? There's Q, there's R. So that means, honorable members, actually QR, it means it is also equals to square root of 34. That's something to remember there. Something very, very much important that you need to remember. Okay, so now this is your chance to try work that out. Let me know what you guys are getting as you try to work out that question. And remember, guys, in case if you've got no idea, you just comment and say no idea. In that way, I'm able to notice that, okay, you do not have an idea. Then I will try to work it out. It is a tricky question, but you just need to make sure that you remember the formula for the triangle. In that way, you might be onto something. Guys, are you winning there? Or you've got no idea of how to work out that one? Where you need to calculate the area of that. Okay, I'm going to give you guys an idea of how to work it out. So let's see, if you guys remember, they said this length is equals to that length, and then it forms a 90-degree angle there. And also, we have this line from the center that goes from the center to that point there. So what that means is that this triangle, it is equals to that triangle. The area of that is equals to that. It's like, for example, let's say this is a triangle. If I construct a line from the center of these 2 points and it goes to meet that point, that means this area is equals to that area. The same principle applies in that case. So what I mean by that, this is what you can do. How about we calculate the total area and we just divide it by half? It's like, for example, if you have a rectangle. This is a rectangle. Let's say it's A, B, C, and D. If I construct a line from the center of these 2 points, construct a straight line to the center again of these 2 points, what I'm saying is that area 1 is equals to that area 2. So if they just want this area, how about I calculate the total area of triangle A, B, C, and D? I'm just going to say it's length times breadth. That would be length times breadth. Then is that total area. But the area that they want is for this portion. That is why I'm going to divide it by 2. So it's like I'm saying half of the total area. So you can still try and do the same there. So the question now is, how would you work that out? Remember, in this case, we are not dealing with a not dealing with a rectangle, but a triangle. We know the formula says area of that is equals to half length times breadth. That's how you work out the area of a triangle. But in this case, you need to remember that actually we need to calculate half of that total triangle. Maybe let me rewrite it in this format so that it makes sense. So it's more like we're saying the area of triangle a PTR will be equals to half of area of triangle PQR. This is how you formulate. It's like you're saying area of this triangle that they are looking for is actually equals to half of the total area, which means you are having this half. What will be the formula to calculate the total area? The total area of a triangle is half length times breadth. So it's like you're having half of half. What is the length? We know the length is that one, being what? A square root of 34. What is that? That also is square root of 34. Then let's try to punch all of that on a calculator and see what is it that we are getting. So it's like a quarter of 34. By the look of things, it seems like it's a 34 divided by 4. 17.2, which is equals to 8.5. You just need to say square units. Just guys, can you punch on a side and let me know if you arrive at that same answer? I need someone to just confirm if that calculation is correct, because I took a shortcut there. I know when you multiply same values, square root of same values, that square root is being removed, and then half times the half is actually 1/4. That's what I was saying is quarter of 34, or is 34 divided by a 4. Yes. What are you guys getting there? Is it that same answer that you guys are getting, or are you getting something different from what I got? Guys, are you getting the same or different answer? Eight 8.5. Okay. 100%. So this is a very good indication that that calculation is indeed correct. Okay, so now let's see. They are saying size of theta with reasons, and by so doing they will give you a 2 marks. Size of theta with reasons. Just anyone who can tell what is that size of angle theta, and you give a reason, Give a reason for your answer. Mm? Guys, okay. Someone confirmed they got the same answer, which is good. So now, hmm, hmm. What is angle theta? And give a reason. Hmm. Okay. This is what I'm thinking, honorable members. I'll just remove all of that and then I'll try to answer that question. So let's look at some. I think we can be able to find that S. And once we find angle S, then we know that the sum of interior angles of a triangular equals to 108. So what I'm saying is, we do know very well that angles on a straight line, if this is 121 degrees, we know or we can be able to calculate that. So we're just going to say a 180 degrees minus a 121 degrees. Yes, because that plus that has to be equals to 180. So that means we are having 180 minus 121, which is 59. So that means actually this angle is 59 degrees. So to give a reason for that one, obviously we know what is it? Straight line. Angles on a straight line equals to 180 degrees. But we haven't answered the question by so doing. We just know what that angle is. So we can just say that theta, when we plus it with that 59 and we plus it with that angle 90 there, they must give us 180 degrees. So it's like you're saying that angle plus that angle must give us. So we can easily calculate that and say 180 degrees minus 59 minus 90. Let's see what answer we get. 180 minus 59 minus 90, and that is 31 degrees. This is where you say a sum of interior angles. Sum of interior angles of a triangle must be equal to that. Then you solve and you end up having your angle theta being 31 degrees. I'm not sure if it makes sense, honorable members. Just respond on that one. Is this what you are getting? Does it make sense what I've done there, honorable members? Is it everyone who understands what I've done over there? minus. What I've done there, does it make sense? Angle S equals 180 minus that. Yes, 100%. You are correct, referencer, on that one. You are correct. And then what is therefore the final product, or what is the final answer? Remember, this is just what you've calculated. Can you confirm if you're also getting the same for that one? Theta equals 31 degrees, 100%. There you got it right, honorable member. So but now here it's another question which says determine or calculate the coordinates of S. Yes, this is where S is. I will also give you a moment to think about it and try to work it out. In case if you've got no idea of how to work it out, also make sure to comment, and then from there I will then show you how to work it out. Are you still working it out, honorable members? The coordinates of S. This is what you need to firstly do. What do you know about S? You know that something is 0 there, which is Y. Then you can start working on it. So I'll just be waiting in the meantime while you calculate the coordinates of S. Let me know if you come right, honorable members. guys, are you winning them on that one? Okay, I'll just give it to you a to just give it a try in the meantime while I'm still enjoying my popcorns. Okay, let's try something. Let's try to do it this way. Mm, hmm. Let's see. How about we try find the gradient of that line? After calculating the gradient of that line, then what we're going to do is to use try and use the straight line formula. Yeah, to try and use the straight line formula to calculate the coordinates of that, because we do know something there, and what we know at that point is that y is 0. Yes, something of that nature, honorable members. I'm just not sure in terms of what is it that you guys are working on your side, but let's see. We can find that in many ways. We can still try and say tan of 59, even though it might give us a decimal. Otherwise, we can just use that formula that says the gradient of line 1 multiplied by the gradient of line 2 equals -1. We know the gradient of that line, and we know that line is perpendicular to that. So that means we can say line 1, it is that, multiply gradient of line 2. Therefore, the gradient of line 2 is -5/3. That I know. So that means now the gradient of this line, the gradient of QR or QS, it's equals to -5/3. So what I'm saying is the straight line formula says y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to m, we know most is -5/3x plus c. We can just use one point. Maybe let's use this one. So this is where you can say at point Q having 6 and 3. So that means y is 3, and then x is 6 plus c. The main aim is to find c. Then that means our c is going to end up being 3. You take this to the other side, it becomes a plus. So that means you have 3 plus a 5/3 into 6. So that means our c value is equals to 13. So that means the equation of a straight line is actually y is equals to, gradient we know is negative 5 over 3x, and then our c value is 13. So at point S we know that this is 0, y is 0, so it's x that we are looking for. So it's more like that x plus 13. You take this to the other side, it becomes negative 13. It's equals to negative 5 over 3x. Then you divide by that. So now that would mean x is equals to, it's like you are saying a negative 13 divided by a negative 5 over 3, which gives positive 7.8, which gives positive 39 over 5. Yes. Why am I not convinced by that answer? 7 over 8. But yes, it's between 6 and 9. So possibly it could be correct. What on your side? And remember, this is a way to work it out. There are many ways in which you can try work it out. But the question now is, are you guys getting being 7.8 as a decimal? Just in case if you get it as 7.8 as a decimal, still correct. Did you guys get a different answer, or what I've explained there, does it make sense? Because it is just a matter of understanding what steps to take. Are you guys winning there? What are you guys getting there? So I hope you guys did understand what I've explained. Just in case if you did not, you are welcome to make a comment there, or otherwise the other option is for you to try and go back or replay. The last question there, it says, determine with resins the gradient of the line through T and the midpoint PR. So they're saying determine with resins the gradient of the line through T and the midpoint PR. So that means this is the one that they are talking about. That line there, which passes through T and also the midpoint of PR. They're saying, what is that gradient there? By merely looking at that, I'm able to conclude that this line actually, it has to be parallel to that one. What confirms it is that it's a line constructed from midpoint to midpoint. Midpoint of that and midpoint of that is a line that will be parallel to that. So in simple terms, or in short, that would be your answer to that question, where you give the value of that for the gradient. Remember, the gradient value of that line is equals to the gradient value of that line, and then you provide a reason. If you guys remember, it's a midpoint theorem. So that was the last question, the honorable members. I'm just not sure if there's any of you guys who's got a question for me, or otherwise, did that make sense to everyone? Mm, I think it did. I think all that was clear, the honorable members. And in that case, I'm just going to sign out. Okay, I see there's someone who's already liked that. I think that's a very good idea, honorable members. So what is going to serve as the code for today's lesson, just like there you can see the like button there, you just click on that like. In that way I'll be able to see who has attended. So you might need to comment, you might not need to comment with anything which is going to serve as the code for today, but instead what you can do is just to click on that like button, which will be an indication that you did attend today's lesson. I'll just go through a list of those who liked, and that is how I'll be able to know who has attended. So with that being said, the honorable members, I do thank you very much for joining, and this is that time where I need to sign and say my name is Desmond. Am I out? Yes, I'm out. So I'll see you on our next lesson, honorable members.